Nice little bracelet on.
Oh, I should have missed that. Rustam was he was. I remember when Ilya was uploading, and he's run up to 2014 Worlds, and they was uploading all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rustam was one of these like Kazakhstan national Astana special team, you know.
Yeah.
And we had a separate team from Kazakhstan, and he was one of the.
What's the backstory behind the special team?
So Ilya had a falling out with the coaches.
Okay.
The national team coaches, but he had the support of the supreme ruler of Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
And there's our...
He wrote him a letter or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was like, I need better support for if I'm going to win more medals out of Kazakhstan. And Kazakhstan was like, right, the leader was like, you better do whatever Ilya says. And Ilya started his own team. I assume because he was balling out of control.
Yeah.
And just dripping with cash dollar, big dollar money.
Yeah.
And then he had his own team. And then the Astana team. And
they were separate from the capital, weren't they?
Yeah, they were separate from the national team training. Obviously, did most of the good lifters.
Yeah.
Most of the money for, I assume, passing drug tests, etc. And then Rustam was one of those boys. Never really did a whole lot. I think he did like 225, but as I'd say, a very, very chunky 94, like very overweight. Like I'd say, it was like
105.
Yeah, which obviously is incredibly clean and jerk, but not in competition.
Oh.
I don't remember much about this competition. I just remember there's Muradi and Tan Tao, and I think it was almost certain Muradi won it.
Okay.
But I don't really remember much else.
So who else do we have in this? We've Miso.
Miso's in this as well. Yeah, shit, I forgot. My baby Miso, 2018.
Yeah.
No, he's like 20 or 21.
He would have been 20, wasn't it? Because when we went over there,
was he?
turned 21.
Yes. Oh, Anton as well. Anton wasn't as popular as he is now, you know, or is recognised.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's Olympic
medalist.
Bronze medal or silver medal? Who got the silver under? Fuck, I can't remember who got the silver. Jeez, no one really remembers who came second.
No.
It's true what they say.
No.
Second is the saddest medal. 167.
A phenomenal technician.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, really.
But he had all this technique from Ukraine, you know, and he kind of said that in the interview. He was saying his old coach taught him to do that stuff, you know.
What age was he when he...
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
He left Ukraine because of the conditions, and Georgia had better conditions for lifting.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he said something like, if you're not in with the right crowd, you're not in with anyone. Do you know the right crowd? Like, if you're not in, you're not in.
Yeah.
And then we've... Iran just sent some amount of people to A sessions. Like, they have some selection of lifters who are just ready to, like, just go to Worlds. Do, like, 160s, 170s, and 210s-ish.
Yeah.
Arm bendy, starfishy.
Power belly.
Hair recedy. Always with the wrist wraps. Always with the wrist wraps. Yeah. If you're wondering what wrist wraps you should just get boxing wraps.
Yeah.
Like he's wearing. They're the best ones.
Just like Lonsdale.
Yeah. Always slow. It's just because they do heavy lifts all the time. They never...
you can't develop speed. Like.
No, because they're all slow lifts because they're all really heavy. I don't know, can you do the number one signal if you're like the third person out at an A session? Big fan to jumping forward as well. And I don't
that is...
I don't think it's for any good reason.
No.
Here's our boy Kilmanoff doing all the crazy barbell stuff. Good lifter. It's kind of weird, like the Russians, like, it's just their lifters just are so weird. Like, just the results they do sometimes compared to the results they do other times. Like, it just doesn't...
Because with the system, you think the system would be super consistent all of the time.
Yeah.
But it's really not. Like, they don't... In track and field, they're definitely a bit more consistent. I wonder what the... Is it just there's too many different coaches having too many different types of input?
Like, there's been such like peaks and troughs of a lot of their athletes. Like, he saw Alkadoff got like silver at London and he was split jerking. Then he came back in 2013 and he was doing the squat jerk and everyone was like, he's going to break the world record. And then he improved his snatch, but then he just like... Apparently he injured his wrist before and did like 215 Oakloff, and like Oakloff snatched 180 when he was 17. or 18.
That's crazy.
And it's an unbelievable snatch. It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
snatches. It's crazy snatch. Like, obviously, it's heavily related to drugs. Of course,
Yeah.
it's heavily related to drugs. Not just because they're Russian, because they're weightlifters at that level.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I don't know.
That was a great snatch.
Yeah, very, very good snatch. Some of them just don't seem to come to fruition.
Yeah.
What they're doing. There was like Kitai Kugev, the 94 dude, who was 18. He did like 180. Was it 184 and 219 or something? 180 to 219 as a 17-year-old at Europeans in 2015. You know, and he, well, I think he had some other issues, but like he just didn't. Like he's back now and he's doing like 165, 210 or something, or 170 maybe.
You have to wonder in a case like that where you get like really good talented 18-year-olds or get them to 18, is it like the economic conditions in the country are kind of just get like you don't get paid a lot as a weightlifter over there? You probably don't.
I think the weightlifting. I think the wages were up before on All Things Gym. Remember?
Okay.
And they were pretty good. Like
Yeah.
even if you weren't medaling, so
Okay.
they were good for Russia. Like
It would kind of make sense like if you get a country that's coming out of being
yeah.
kind of in the lower classes, you know.
No, I don't. think, no, because
They get paid quite well.
No, I don't think. But they're still in the national system and they're still getting all their funding and they're getting
Yeah.
all their coaching. There's Nikolai Ndika or Ndika. He, I think he failed drug test.
Really?
Yeah, and almost certainly failed two of them.
Wonder how many lifters in this class have been popped at least once.
Rossum has for sure. Nikolai has been for sure. Who else is there? Muradi got popped before. When he was like an 85.
Okay.
But it's only a matter of time, even if they haven't.
Yeah.
It seems to come forever and eventually.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It seems to happen just like.
Yeah, it's just like a little milestone in your career, like getting popped for the first time. Then for a lot of them,
Unless you're
getting
Chinese.
popped for the second time.
Yeah,
Unless you're Chinese.
Unless you're Chinese. Thailand, Sarat Samprai did it. Have you been to Thailand?
Yeah.
Is it nice?
Very nice, yeah.
Is the food nice? Is it would make you sing?
It's kind of nice food where you're definitely going to shit yourself.
Oh, I appreciate that kind of food.
Mm.
Thailand, notorious for drugs.
Great on the way in, terrible on the way out.
Oh no. Speaking of drugs, notorious. Super jacked. He clearly does direct arm work. Like, you know, and you're just like, do you need to be doing those curls?
Do you need to be that jacked?
It just does not pay off.
That hyperextension in the elbow is just...
Yeah, that's one of the skull crushers. He's like,
Yeah, cable extensions. Is Bodie in this class? Number 9 there?
I think we saw him a second ago. Yeah, I think he is. The snatch gold medal winner at the Olympics, Bodie.
I was going to make that comment.
Yo.
But then I was worried that I get a fucking narky comment off you. Be like, don't say that.
Nah, it's fun. It is funny. Like, it's an unbelievable achievement to have the nice snatch at the Olympics. Like, but you're just not supposed to say it. Like, 170. They get the meme pages. Took like they
get after it hard.
They get mileage out of it.
Yeah.
170. Rest them. Do you know the amount of weightlifters who are just not in good shape?
Yeah.
Even though they take drugs is interesting.
And the 96 kilo class is quite strange in the fact that like they should be in good shape.
Yeah.
It's not like they have loads of room to be fucking around with. Like a few extra kilos would definitely make a difference.
Yeah. Radis looks like he sits down to read the newspaper.
Yeah.
Not obliterating world records. Jonathan. Great snatcher.
I just imagine if you did a muscle biopsy here, it's very, very, very fast twitch.
For Jonathan Rivas.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah.
That would be fast twitch. I think there's a good chance.
I just feel like if he was an athlete in any sport, you'd be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God he's on my team.
No, that's the problem with South America. The Colombian lifters, they make all their high jumpers do weightlifting.
Yeah. Incredibly long limbs.
Great snatch.
Yeah.
I think he's done 180 in competition, but his clean jerk is like 210 or 211.
Okay.
230. That's lacking, you know.
Yeah.
They love the knee wraps as well.
Love them.
Colombia. He's so jacked.
Mm.
and tall. Would you think about another sport?
Like, that short torso, long leg relationship is great for a lot of sports.
Not weightlifting.
Just that weightlifting.
Yeah. I think that's what kills him in the clean and jerk. Like, he does... Wait!
There he is.
There's that boy.
Go on.
He's so future Olympic.
Speaking of being jacked.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a thickie.
Yeah.
He's very thick in real life. Thicker than you think he is.
Yeah. Like an impressive stature of a human in real life.
He's very dense. Like,
yeah.
When you see him in the public with other people. So he's got 180... No, is that 171? Yeah, 171. So that was something they said they were working really hard on around this time, and after this was his snatch was lacking. And...
Oh my God.
What to do with Jeff Jump?
Nearly walked off the stage.
Now he's a millionaire for Qatar.
That's exactly what you want for your opener. Just...
Yeah, he's an easy walking off the stage.
Mm.
He started wearing the knee wraps after. So the problem is you get into that habit, you have to make a very conscious decision to stop wearing it.
Yeah.
Here's Bodhi. No car jokes now, right?
Oh my God.
Do you see the length of his hair at the moment?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
No, it looks unruly. I like the Adidas old school Athens singlet though.
Yeah.
Some snatcher.
With the embroidered patch sewn on as well.
Yeah.
That's a nice...
No, it looks good. 171. I wish Bodhi had nicer technique so I could appreciate the lifting he does more. But I just find it so hard to appreciate the lifting because it's very unaesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, it's fast, it's heavy, and he gets under fast, the bar moves fast, so all the principles are fine.
And he makes good lifts, like...
Yeah.
Like,
No.
it's not...
Oh no, he's securing those lifts.
Yeah.
But it's just so unaesthetic. Like the knee valgus, the mid-upper back rounding.
But that is part of weightlifting as to, like... why people are so interested in it, I think, is because the aesthetics are so important.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the aesthetics don't matter in terms of, like, you winning a competition, for you actually supporting a lifter and liking a lifter, the aesthetics make a big difference.
Yeah.
Geez, the Power Belly is unanimous with Iran, isn't it?
Iran, they're big fans of it.
My God. I wonder what... Like, that's definitely a drug-related thing.
It could be a diet-related thing too.
Yeah. Lots of bread.
Great bread though.
No, phenomenal bread.
Just in case anyone thinks they're going to call us out on it, we've been to Iran, we drove across all Iran, so we've a good example of their diet, and it's bread, spicy meats that have been usually slow cooked of some form.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yogurt and bread. It's usually garlicky yogurt.
Garlic and minty yogurt.
Garlic and minty yogurts.
And you're not sure if it's yogurt.
No,
You don't really know what it is.
Very sugary soft drinks.
Yeah.
And then
great food. Really.
Yeah, potatoes frequently feature. Oh, so this was Yohani.
Jesus, yacked.
So he at the Europeans, I can't remember if it was this year or it was the following year, he did like 182, was it like 224, 220 or something, like, and then Belarus ended up sending him to the Olympics because Andy Ramna got too fat, and he had a terrible Olympics, obviously, because he came off basically all of the drugs, like.
Yeah. Jeez, he's yacked here.
Like, yeah. Oh, he's so yacked. I don't know if he bombed the Olympics or not, but everyone's kind of worried was he be a threat, but no.
He's so knees out to the side.
Yeah, it's all knees. But Belarus teach that so well. All their lifters have that characteristic, the knees out.
Yeah.
And it works really well for them most of the time.
Just doesn't work for anyone watching this video.
No, they love their low block stuff. And they get really good at those positions and they're above knee blocks and stuff.
But it requires so much control.
Why is his arm so big? That's how it's so much control.
Yeah. Jeez, he's so jacked.
Hey, it's Plesnoy. Woo! I feel like Plesnoy has a lot of progression. Yes.
Left?
Yeah. See, like most times when you get to elite lifters at this stage, they've hit their peak numbers because of drugs and training time and everything, and so we don't really see them progress their actual numbers most of the time. But with Plesnoy, I feel like he still has big numbers left, you know, like 10
and
kilos.
I think with Miso as well.
Oh, for sure. Miso's the other example. Yeah.
Like those examples are very rare.
Yeah. It's weird.
A lot of them have hit their peak numbers when they're 18.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
Archie
like-
Malkloff did that 180 when he was 18. I don't know if he did any more from the floor then. I think that's where that kind of trope came from. That as you got older, you just couldn't progress. Like once you got,
Yeah.
it's like training time, plus drugs, plus like talent. It's not just age, and you just can't progress anymore. Like we've plenty of masters who end up progressing quite well if you train. Like we do a lot of the genetic stuff lately, but realistically you'll never hit your genetic limits because you haven't, like, most of it's the environmental factor. So if you're not exploiting, you definitely, no one has all exploited all their potential environmental factors to maximize their genetics. It never happens, like, unless you're like Lou probably has. I feel like he's someone who's milked because he definitely has all of these genetic factors. Name Sully was probably someone else, like the Bulgarians, like. But you'd wonder, when the environmental factors there, if they were just nicer to them.
Yeah,
you
they were just made better. Like,
if you made this argument before, like that if they were nicer to them, they probably would have been just as good.
Yeah.
Coming from a sports psychology point of view,
The carrot versus the stick.
Apparently they just did not care about technique either. But some of them had, not good technique, but they were so powerful and so fast that they ended up having good technique, or not good technique, but very juicy technique that wouldn't work if you weren't on juice. Which is a lot of the example you see a technique at Worlds.
Yeah.
Much to people's chagrin when they try to argue. I remember the first time we did one of these, we were calling some lifters out their technique. People were like, "Oh, not even a session. You don't even know." Like, who's you? Like, and then in really bad, like, broken English comments. But
no, bad technique is bad technique.
Yeah, it's bad technique. There's principles like you have to follow. There's the brother. Speaking of good technique, he did like 160, 200.
Yeah.
Ibrahim. 174. Miso's pull is so strong.
Yeah. Both of the other brothers have done, is it snatched over 150 or 160 or something?
Yeah.
The
other brother lives in France now.
And isn't it that all the brothers have done over 200 kilo clean and jerks?
I think at least 200, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's some like crazy number like that anyway.
Yeah. His brother didn't lift for, I don't know if he didn't do any international competitions, I don't think. But But I don't know why he stopped lifting. Maybe it was just like, Miso's obviously better, so I'll stop lifting.
Yeah.
You'd never know.
They're a phenomenal team in terms of how they work together.
Miso's looking jacked, isn't he?
Yeah.
2018.
20 years old.
Teeny tiny little bit of a power belly.
Yeah, but in good nick, like.
No, he's good nick.
Yeah.
Loves ice cream.
10,000 and Ratty still haven't come out.
No.
Wonder what they're going to open on.
I don't remember the snatches, but I remember there was huge cleans going on. Like 230 cleans.
Were you a fan of the leg rubbing and back rubbing before attempts?
No, back slap that time wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't adverse to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be pretty hyped to get into competitions,
Oh, definitely like the slap on the ass as you're running out onto a pitch before a scrum or something.
Robbie was a big fan of it, yeah.
Big fans of ass slapping.
But I suppose the back slap is the sudden release of some endorphins or something, are related. So like, it's no good to you and Robbie because you've another hour and a half to go.
No.
One of my biggest weaknesses at competition was sometimes I'd crash really hard after the snatch.
Yeah.
Like I just lose. It would just, like, the adrenaline or whatever would crash,
Yeah.
So it was something I had to learn to fix.
It's definitely a big issue with powerlifters where they get the crash twice,
But at least they have time to eat 4 meals between their last lifting, so they can kind of pep themselves up.
Yeah.
And it's weird because, like, having a bar on your back compared to all the other lifts, like, will give you so much adrenaline.
Yeah.
And, like, you obviously need that adrenaline in for later in the day. That's why they love fucking ephedrine and caffeine.
To constantly bring it up more and more and more.
What does it take? Aspirin, ephedrine, or like pharmaceutical adrenaline and the fucking caffeine.
Yeah.
Oh, man, fuck that.
No, fuck all of that. That amount of stimulants is just not ever good for repeated use. That's like...
No. Oh, health-wise. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's I've just been shot and I need to get back to a fucking Humvee.
Wait, is this 180? Holy shit, that's a nice snatch.
Jesus Christ.
75, I think.
What's the 75?
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
but yeah, like that's like acute use once off in like dire circumstances, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think for sport. I think there's just the stuff like loss of neuroplasticity and stuff just is not worth.
Yeah, but I don't know if you get the loss of neuroplasticity from things like ephedrine, but you definitely get it from methamphetamine related. Modafinil, Adderall.
Yeah.
Even one use is enough for that.
Yeah.
I could see, if you're going to like that, what's that one in Australia, like the big dogs or raw dogs or whatever, or like big cats or fat lambs or whatever you call it. If you're doing that and there's like 100 grand on the line for a deadlift, and someone's like, okay, so I've used ephedrine before and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're on a ball of gear anyway. Like that one time for that last deadlift, that's worth it,
But in those cases, you're on a ball of, like, you've already taken a health risk, I don't.
Yeah.
You're talking about a 5% increase in risk. Whereas
you.
People taking like heavy amphetamines training and aren't on gear and aren't taking other risks because they deem those to be too risky.
Yeah.
Like, people's...
But I know people who don't take gear who've taken that stack, the ephedrine, caffeine and aspirin stack.
Is it aspirin they put with it?
Yeah, I think it's for the blood thinning.
Yeah.
Better circle. I think it's aspirin.
It's the prioritization of risk. Like...
Yeah.
They don't see any risk with that, but they see risk with other compounds or whatever.
But he's in good shape too.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a video on gene doping, and it's like the ACT entry. And found out some pretty mental stuff about doping. I won't read them here because it'll be worth it for the video because it's very interesting stuff. But there's stuff related to adrenaline related compounds like that, stimulatory compounds. That when they're released, there's some very, very interesting stuff about that. Gene doping is going to be fucking mental.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Fuck. As of right now, it's just... So there's 20 gene therapies approved on the market for stuff. And like it's just going to get exponentially better, every few years in terms of therapies.
'Cause it's been around a long time. Like that... The stuff from muscular dystrophy is the early 2000s, as far as I remember. Yeah,
so the genome was sequenced sometime in the 90s, and not long after that, people started
fucking around with it.
Yeah, so like, I think things called zinc finger nucleases were the first thing to they're very effective. Most of the stuff like CRISPR and zinc finger nucleases came from nature, just seeing stuff in nature, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Bacteria for both of them actually. Nice.
That was fucking strong.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the main research on the muscular dystrophy stuff was done with where they look at like myostatin inhibited bulls.
Yes.
And certain like fucking breeds of bulls.
So there's huge negative consequences of that. So system researchers were arguing that it's clear that there is. Otherwise, there's no reason humans would not have evolved to keep as much muscle mass as possible. Because obviously in nature in general it's very, very useful outside modern day, having more muscle power and strength, because it doesn't negatively impact your intelligence or whatever, so there's no reason humans wouldn't be bigger and stronger. So like there's a lot of liver and kidney issues as far as I can remember, and then you can have like some cardiac muscle and stuff.
I think that's why. I think it's like one case why gene therapy was banned in the US was a teenage girl was killed from liver complications with muscular dystrophy studies.
Oh fuck!
As far as I remember hearing something like that.
Yeah,
the problem is just not being able to turn it off.
Yeah, that's the main issue.
Yeah.
Doping, yeah. Banning science. Go on.
No.
Banning stuff is just stupid.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Do it better, like.
Absolutely.
Don't ban something because you're just holding everything back for you. Like.
Regulate better.
Yeah.
I get it that it might be annoying for Anton Pleasant to be called the Hitman every time a video comes up.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Jesus, he looks heavily like somebody who kills people for a living, doesn't he?
No, he does like Agent 47 from the Hitman series.
Yeah.
He genuinely does.
And do you know that movie, The International? He looks really like the guy in that who has one leg.
You mentioned that there the last time.
Yeah.
I prefer his technique when he moved his feet. Like here. Yeah. Obviously, I know you missed that one.
Yeah.
No footsie stuff. I
don't like the no footsies.
No. He's clean at the heaviest weights. Is it's like a 220s and stuff. Obviously, it's amazing and he's clean and stuff. But it really looks pretty at like 80%.
Yeah.
You know, like when he gets like 200, like that's when it's so gorgeous. You know. But obviously,
Yeah.
the heavy weights then. I'd love to see him because he's certainly capable. But he said his just legs aren't that strong. I'd love to see him get into the 220s for clean and jerks. You know, which he needs to be ever winning anything. Bodie.
What kind of strength numbers do you have for front squat and back squat?
Well, I can't check now, but he said something like a 260 front squat. I think was it 260, maybe 250. I remember something where it's like, "Oh, your legs aren't weak."
Yeah.
He's just weaker compared to other. No,
I suppose the other thing is like how well he maintains that 1RM strength while he's actually weightlifting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he could have done a 260 and
No, I remember him not being weak.
yeah.
He had a 125 strict press or something,
Jesus.
which you wouldn't think.
No.
Bodie's not the strongest in the back squat.
No. But his pull is very strong.
Very fast.
The lads are just after dropping a suitcase with 45 grand in it US into Bodie's gear bag there.
For Clarking.
Yeah, just don't pull this.
Just give it a go.
Yeah.
Here's Johanny again. So the weird thing is with the weight classes being reduced further again in the Olympics is like it might be good for weightlifting in some ways because from a fan's point of view because it'll make the Olympics less important because less people will go in some ways, so world will be more competitive, but then it's probably not great for weightlifting because Olympic medals is what matters most to most countries and government point of view, so it's hard to know.
I'd prefer less weight classes. I know it's not better for the sport because the Olympics does really matter, but I think in terms of getting more fans who aren't weightlifters interested in weightlifting, less weight classes is definitely better.
Oh, you think like there's more more concentrated superstars kind of thing?
Yeah. Like you need superstars in an individual sport. You need the Usain Bolts. You need the Lashes. You know, like there's no reason why it couldn't be lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight.
That's probably what it's going to be like if it only has like 5 classes.
But that's for a normal person watching, like a normal sports fan. That makes an awful lot more sense than being like, oh no, he's the champion of the 77s, but that weight class doesn't exist anymore. So then he's like.
But people will get by with the UFC, and it's certainly more popular than weightlifting. You know, there's shitloads of weight classes.
Yeah, I think it's.
But actually, boxing in is the opposite effect.
Yeah.
No one knows who's except for the heavyweight champion. That's it. You know.
Yeah.
And
like people don't like the bantamweight.
That's Constantine. He's Thomas' coach. He's helping Yasmin.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the fella Gabriel said that couldn't coach men.
Coach men
because he kept getting him injured.
You can see how that makes sense though. Like
Yeah.
the volume, the frequency.
Yeah.
The relative intensity at those volumes is so much higher for females.
It's weird because we see most of the female lifters, they need to take smaller jumps week to week. So even like a female lifter of the same weight as a male of the same age with the same numbers, even the same squat numbers, can still progress for longer and do more volume than the male lifter of the exact same numbers and strength levels and training time and stuff, you know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But there is coaching females obviously has its own challenges, and men as well. Everyone's mental at the end of the day. I think he makes this 180. Oh, that's those long legs.
Yeah,
that's where
and long arms as well.
Long everything. That's where it kills you.
That was one of those mad misses where you don't know if it's going to go in front or behind.
He probably didn't know either.
No.
Yeah, he just looks so athletic.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but the slightly bowed shins or knees makes you look more athletic.
Out like this,
like clock off. Yeah.
Here's
a man who looks athletic. Shmorad Shmradi wearing the worst weightlifting shoes ever, Nike Romeo 3s. Jeez, they really fucked it up with that.
Yeah.
Ones were great. Twos improved massively in the ones. They made them lighter and just kept the same look, but they were a better shoe.
But the 3s and the 4s.
And then,
the 3s are horrendous.
Oh, what were they doing like? This is Maradi's 181.
Shoulders askew.
Yeah, that was... Even his left arm is bigger than his right arm. Or the internal rotation is different. So this is obviously pre that catastrophic injury that has it's basically ruined his career.
Yeah.
Who was saying it? Was it Meeks was saying it? Someone was saying that even people on the Iranian team thought Muradi went heavy too often.
Yeah.
So if you think other people in the national team in Iran think you're going too heavy too often, you're definitely going too heavy too often.
On the team of who goes heavy too often.
I'd almost call them the team go heavy often.
Yeah.
They if they think you're going to heavy often.
There's two things that define Iranian weightlifting. It's going very heavy and going very heavy very often.
So I don't believe that he had like a back injury after this, I think, and I think that was just a way of avoiding drug testing because there was no problem, and he came back from that perfect. I could be wrong, but I would bet, considering the amount of crazy the stories that have happened in weightlifting where people avoid drug
somebody
testing.
is slamming on their keyboard right now.
Hopefully, leave a comment if that egregious you. But then the shoulder injury is catastrophic. I can't help but wonder.
We got Eloise on his hand there.
Little Eloise. 181 missed it. With Muradi's shoulder thing, I can't help but wonder. There's definitely drugs that could help with that, but there's definitely people who might be better qualified to help him rehab that.
My God, yeah.
The problem with that kind of surgery is you can get that surgery, and people have come back with full range of motion from catastrophic injuries and surgeries like that. So you can definitely come back, and someone with his genetic makeup who's as talented as that certainly could come back. But the problem is if you come back, rehab it incorrectly or poorly for a long period of time, for 2 years, it's not impossible to fix it then, but it's so much harder than day zero if you got someone who really knew what they were doing, how to rehab this correctly and get him full range of motion back. Because you can see in his clean jerk at the moment, it's not too bad. Have you seen any of those recent videos of him clean and jerking? I'll show you there. Some of them, the clean and jerk, it's not too bad, but on the snatch, it's absolute murder.
The thing as well people always talk about is they say, because he's at such a high level, it's going to be so hard to come back.
Yes.
Athletes at an incredibly high level are at an incredibly high level for a reason,
yes.
The genetic makeup, the psychology of it.
So these are snatches. You'll really see it on these, he's just everything. He looks like
he's really
he looks like, if you watch the jerk though, he can get away with it on the jerk. But if you see he looks like a masters lifters in their 60s who've been pretty tight,
looks like Mike Israel.
He kind of does. So it seems okay in the jerk. But
no, and the snatch you can really see it.
Yeah, and he snatches where he got so much kilos over everyone. Yeah. So there's Tan with 181. Such a powerful snatcher, so rigid in the bottom. Pull under is great. So that's the benefit of that really narrow grip, is you get a really strong pullover. Like Miso, Muradi both have narrow grips at the ring. Elia had as well, but then you also get a longer loop in the bar pattern, obviously. So you get stronger pull but bigger loop.
You see lifters as well trying to get those effects by bringing their grip in and bending their elbows.
Yeah,
and you're you've lost everything.
But they don't have to bend their elbows because their arms are so.
No, that's what I mean. They're perfect. They're just
I can grip in that narrow, but because I use straps all the time, I don't compete anymore. I grip really far wide. I could do it without straps, but it just makes it so much better. Wider, like Nikolai, I know he missed that, but that wider grip is almost always better if you can do it. 180. I love his clean and jerk.
Little jazz hands.
Yeah, give him the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Give them what they want.
I love his lifting. I wish he was still lifting.
Is he retired now?
Well, he's forced to retire.
Yeah.
I think I asked Gabriel about him in Romania, and he said he doesn't lift anymore.
Okay.
Which, I suppose, Gabriel's so unique in the fact that he still lifts.
Yeah.
Gabriel clock off, and we see Ilya do a little bit of lifting, but I suppose he had a weird kind of comeback.
Yeah.
I wish Ilya just started taking gear again. Even I bet TRT would do wonders for Ilya. I bet if
Ilya do phenomenal lifts.
I bet he'd Gabriel said he should still be able to do 180, 220 without juicy boodles.
Yeah.
And I think psychologically, it just wasn't there for him.
Yeah.
Which is.
Jesus, fella's having a mare with the wrist straps every time he comes out.
That's because his arms are the size of his fucking legs. There's clearly his arms are just really receptive to gear, and they were just we got the big now.
Yeah, just all the receptors in there. Oh no.
You can't come out to 184 and be fixing your wrist wraps.
No.
You can't do that.
No.
You just. I bet he's a huge fucking squat. All the Belarusians have massive squats. They all do. I bet he has a massive one. You never see any training videos of him.
Yeah.
I was correct the last time. So that older coach did actually pass away from cancer. I think in his 70s, and I bet someone had his name in the video, and someone commented last time. But it's a shame. I'm sure he had a lot of knowledge. Marady again.
Do you remember if Marady misses or makes these?
I don't remember Marady missing that many snatches.
Okay.
So, I feel like he'll make this. He's definitely, obviously, he's very capable of it. His world record was like 187 or 189. I can't remember.
Okay.
In the 94s, and then this came along. I think he had this one as well. .186. See, look, you can't even see the rings anymore.
Yeah. That's where my clean grip is.
I wonder. Oh, press out. Oh, yes, I remember. I'd wonder at that stage where you could see that much of an imbalance, if someone had been like,
if someone flagged it,
if someone was like, here, do these rear delt flies with one arm lying on the bench, and just do it just twice a week, just make sure you stay on top of it. Could you've like just like sorted that out a little bit, or maybe it made a little more work, but you could certainly do it, you know.
Yeah.
Would it have preempted? I'd have to say almost certainly yes.
Oh, it certainly would.
Because all it takes so he snatched 205 kilos. Like all it takes is 205 kilos overhead like that to just repeated efforts. Because you can see his left arm is taking so much. It's bigger. Like it's literally there's more muscle mass in it. You know, especially overhead. I don't think it's a rotation thing. It's genuinely just looks chunkier. Yeah, you want to be careful. That kind of could be an artifact of training so heavy and taking loads of gear and going really to your limits physically because of
going to your limits physically very, very, very often.
I
think that fucks people up more than anything else, because you're just constantly like going to those like secondary positions, you know. Like,
and getting away with it.
I'm gonna snatch 180 today, but I'll have to kink my shoulder forward a tiny bit, or I'll have to over pull the bar a tiny bit.
Like, his snatch technique is so fucking good. It's so smooth. His body type is so unique. He's like a turtle reversed. Only he could do that kind of technique. Like, with fridge of a midsection. Very short
really
arms.
Short arms.
Appropriate length legs.
I was about to say his legs aren't too short.
No, you don't want too short.
No.
Like, he's got that Hungarian start really low. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing.
It's a lovely snatch.
No, 205 as an overweight 96 is just fucking mind blowing. Doesn't make any sense.
It is. I hate to see injuries to someone like that. I hate to see injuries to anyone, but like to someone like this, when you're talking about the best person in that position to lift the maximum amount of weights.
You could argue he was a better lifter than Ilya, considering what the easy did record, because his snatch was better, and his clean jerk was the same in comp at the same body weight, you know. So and obviously, but then it's hard to know, like, comparing. Ilya had the bigger. I think Ilya had the bigger training clean and jerk, and I think they had the same. I think Marady had like 205, and I think Ilya had like 203 from the floor, which we haven't seen a video of. So if I can get in contact with Ilya for doing what's the deal with, I might message him and see. There's no harm, like.
Jesus, no. You can only shoot your shot.
I'm gonna ask him if he has a video of 203. So gold medal of the snatch. Right, we're gonna skip on. All right, we're back with Jonathan, opening clean and jerk. Great clean in him. Bit of an arm bend, but he meets the bar very well. He's beautiful positions for the bottom of a clean. And then power jerks.
Just ain't it.
Do you know what? I know we rag in the power jerk, right? But there's a load of like kind of amateur lifters. They're fully amateur lifters who squat jerk, but they just want to squat jerk. And I think if you're like, I know squat jerking is not better for me, but I'll do it anyway, I appreciate that, because you just want to enjoy weightlifting and you want to do what you want to do. So if you're like, look, I know this is not as good, but I just love squat jerk, I love how it looks, I love how it feels, then I'm like, cool, more power to you. But if you're like, this is going to let me lift the most weight, then you're just really ruining it.
Have you ever let any of your athletes
fuck no.
I've had athletes come to me like that who I just really want to do it, and like, you can go and do that somewhere else.
No one's ever asked me. They know not to ask me. No. If someone did ask me, honestly though, if someone was like, look, I know this is not the best, I want a power squat jerk, then I would do it for sure. Like, if someone wanted to, it'd be a novelty for me to coach someone to squat jerk. You know, I have one power jerker, and he's the only person I've ever seen was better at power jerking.
Power jerker.
Because he'd been training for years at the split jerk, and it was just not good. And then the first session he did a power jerk, and I was like, oh, You really are like 1 in 100 lifters. You should be.
Yeah, he's the freak case as well, though, where he's ridiculously strong.
Yeah, I kept being like, are you sure you're not on drugs? Like, you could tell me I'm coaching. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone, but he's not on drugs.
No. He looks like he is.
He looks like he's one of those freak. See, he's actually one of the people who has made me think sometimes when people are talking about amateur bodybuilders and stuff, you're like, oh, you might not actually be on drugs.
Yeah.
So like, because I know one person who looks like this, who we put a lot of money down on drugs.
Yeah.
But then there's other people who are like, you know, obviously, with weightlifting, you're like, no, of course not. Of course not.
Of course not.
He has missed the first one. He's a very nice clean. Let go. Boo.
Such a good pull under. Pull under as well is the thing you tend to miss when you have the bendy army cleaning.
Oh no! Second, don't bomb Johnny.
Come on.
His first pull is so hard because his legs are so long.
Yeah.
It's like you. You great deadlifting you.
Yeah, but I don't do a 201 kilo cleaner jerk.
You could definitely deadlift 300 kilos if you made any attention to deadlifting.
Yeah.
What have you done? 250.
Yeah. But with no training, like.
No, looking at the 200 kilos for reps you did the other day after not doing deadlifting for basically 8 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you could definitely.
No, absolutely.
Kind of conventional, obviously not sumo. Like.
Well, no, because I said deadlifting.
Yeah, you did say deadlifting. Yeah, that's fair.
Not sumo.
All right, we're out for a third attempt here. Jonathan, Big Johnny, Big Jack Johnny. I love the clean. Oh no, he's so far off. But he nails it.
Oh.
Nails it.
Thank God for that.
I don't know how to describe this, but hurt his wristy. His power jerk looks like someone who should just split jerk.
Junior world record.
Oh, crazy. Jeez, he's junior here. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'd say it'd certainly be better to jerking.
That can't be a junior world record. Oh, maybe this was a new 96s. Was this like the second
This
year?
was the first year, wasn't it?
Oh, must have been, yeah. So that makes sense. No, that makes perfect sense. No, he looks like he should just split his legs.
Yeah.
Love that clean. That bottom position of clean is really related to the ratio and the length of your forearm and your tibia or whatever. But then obviously it's not great for the old jerky poos. So this is the ratio that really matters for jerks, is the length of this, or the length
humerus.
Yeah, not tibia.
I was wondering when you said tibia, right?
Yeah, maybe. Bodhi up at 203. Went with the skinhead look. Unbelievable jerk on Bodhi, but the clean is just leaves so much to be desired. It's that wide grip. So I know we always say to people, like, you should hold on to the hook grip and the turnover, but if you're hook gripping that wide, it's just not. It just slows everything down so much. I know hook grip, but holding the full grip there, just catching cleans that wide is never good.
The jerk is always pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it's fast, it's explosive.
Yeah. His brother has a good jerk as well. I see there using the.
Well, actually, strong.
Yeah, he bombed the thing, smacked the old camera.
He what?
Smacked the camera.
No way.
I'll check it after. 203. Yeah. So if I was coaching Bodhi, I'd be like, we'll just bring the grip in a little bit.
Turn over the barrel a lot faster.
Yeah, let it go or hold the hook grip or hold the grip. The turnover doesn't matter, but then we'll just practice up and out popping, you know. Because like, you just want to make use of that. Give yourself the jerk as much as possible, you know, or the chance to jerk as much as possible. For Bodhi. What do you think the most missed lift in competition is?
The jerk.
What jerk though?
The third jerk.
Yeah, it's the most.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got an ab cramp there. Oh my god.
An ab cramp?
Oh my god. Oh my god, why is this happening? Oh, we're back. Oh, that's the same Russian belt I have because they're made in Russia. That's the one from Hook Grip.
Is it?
That unbelievable belt.
Great belt.
Yeah. The only reason I bought that belt was because I tried the Rogue belt and the Rogue belt was too expensive and I was like, fuck this, I'm not paying that much for a belt. And then,
says the man who has a few €1,000 worth of shoes.
Not a few €1,000.
No, but like.
Yeah, but
it's funny how we make those value judgments, like.
Yeah, but it was a good decision because the Hook Grip belt is phenomenal. Great jerk on him.
I really like the Russian jerk.
He has that same issue in the cleans. He's just a really wide grip and he holds onto it and it just does fuck you up a bit. He's very jacked as well.
He definitely push presses 170 kilos.
At least. I'm sure there's a video from push pressing when he... See, like, he's got that issue. It really fucks up your balance, you know? But obviously it's great for the jerk then. And I know it's really hard to go from... Some people just don't have it where they can start here and move out, you know.
Yeah.
I'm the same person. One of my hands will always be wrong, like, and it's always been that way. But there's definitely ways around it, you know. You could accept a slightly narrower jerk grip. Austin's a bit of a horse in the clean and jerk.
Smelling salt throughout.
Not a fan of those for weightlifting.
The bracelet over the wrist straps is something else.
Yeah, might mean something that we don't know. Remember saying this last time? We were like, I can't believe you guys didn't even know this.
Yeah.
Europeans 85. 205. Got the blue Nikes. I like his lean jerk. It's aesthetic. You know, when he's in full Power Ranger mode.
Yeah. So powerful.
Yeah, very powerful, yeah. Great jerk. Oh, well, not there. Well,
not bad.
No.
The clean is impressive, though.
And he's a very dynamic jerk as well, but obviously just fucked him up a bit there.
Yeah.
Obviously we couldn't see because they zoomed on his face because for some reason...
People at weightlifting competitions can't seem to run the cameras in the right way.
I don't know what it is. Like, I know it's a certain company do them, but like...
But there's just like a system now where you go front angle, you show zoomed, you show really zoomed into the side, really zoomed in where the camera's moving, and then you come up for the next attempt. And that's just how they do all of them now.
Do you know why that is? It's because it's an ultimate failing of weightlifting, because the people who have the power to instruct the cameramen to do what they should be doing don't give a fuck about weightlifting. They don't watch the weightlifting. They don't care. They don't even know what YouTube is. And so those people in the power to be like, lads, what we need is like 45-degree camera angle. Front on view is great like this, but we just need to stay zoomed out.
Yeah.
Dramatic replay angles are great after, but let us see
afterwards.
Can we actually see the full sport?
Yeah.
Would be the problem, but because they don't give a fuck. There we go.
Just a lovely clean.
He just looks super restricted overhead, and obviously he's not restricted.
Oh, big fight.
Yeah, he's just maybe we might see from those side angles, those vaunted side angles.
Yeah,
he just is. You can see the really heavy attempts where he's just. I think it's just like a structure thing, like Toshiki or something.
Yeah.
Could be from a previous injury, maybe, where he's just.
Jeez, he looks like he's gonna pull out.
I wanted to make a joke, but I'm fully refraining from making a joke. He had a similar injury in his leg at Olympics. I wonder what that was. You know, the really skeptical... Doesn't he look restricted?
Yeah, he really does.
Really skeptical part of me that knows weightlifting to be an absolute shit show entirely behind the scenes, and I'm like, I wonder if he was encouraged to be injured because he came back to make a clean and jerk then, you know?
Yeah.
You just don't know weightlifting because there's so many stories of things.
But there's so many verified stories as well of like I wasn't joking earlier when I said, oh, he just did the pull and didn't make the snatch because he got 40 grand. Like,
obviously you don't know in that case, but...
No, but...
We've heard some stories. His clean is going to be absolutely horrendous. It's going to be a super over pulley clean, I can tell. Like, you can't have arms that big and not over pull the shit out of it. Not bad. Jeez, he is limmy.
That is a much better jerk than I thought we were going to see.
I felt like he's going to have a good jerk.
Yeah.
You see people on a load of gear who are like that do have good jerks.
I think with your that limmy as well, it's either like a really nice lockout, or else it's a full-on miss.
I thought the clean was going to be much worse.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad clean.
It's a great jerk.
Yeah.
Making it work with that wide grip.
Getting after it
with that fucking wide grip. Rustam, CB, Kazakhstan. 206 was red lighted on his initial jerk. I assume he's going to come back and nail this. Mustache man in the background. Dramatic depth perception. Oop, big old legs in him.
Oh no.
If that was 2021 he wouldn't have got that.
Did he get it?
I bet he did. Yeah, he should get that. There was no reason not to give that to him.
Yeah.
2-1, that's great.
No reason not to give it, but if it was this year, there'd be absolutely no way that'd be given.
No, what they used to do with the old 2-1 was like, you get that one red just to let you know, like...
Yeah.
We know now.
We know. We're watching it now.
Easy now, and the next one
Just
don't.
would you go easy?
Yeah, and the next one don't pull that shit. That's what that was for. But now it's all like, oh, jury overturned red lights. Oh, so you see from like the European juniors and stuff, we might see again the worlds. If it's going to be consistently judged as aggressively as it is now, I'm actually pretty okay with that.
The issue isn't the aggression of the judging. The issue is the consistency of the aggression.
But they've come at since the Olympics. Any competition is on, they seem to be like nailing it.
Yeah.
So if they keep that pep up, like
keep
that same energy up, I'm not that mad at it because
No.
at least it's fair for everyone, and everyone knows I've got to nail my jerks and snatches of competition.
Yeah.
And if every single continental, like I had a lifter at the Small Nations in San Marino, and he was getting red lighted, and he was a masters lifter.
Yeah.
So they're doing it everywhere. So I'm as annoying as it is, I'm happy to adapt to the new environment and be like, cool, whatever. Like if that's what's required. The Iranians a lot of time have great jerks.
Do you see the length of his name?
No. Hog.
No, it's lengthy and weighty.
Hog. Hug. Hishogi. Amir.
I'd say his friends just call him Amir.
Such nice people.
Very nice people.
See, that's that issue with that white grip again.
Yeah.
It just tips you forward. Because like no one has the mobility to be parallel with the floor with a grip out of the rings with their elbows. Bodie Robert. That does not. Bodie Bob Santaby. Bodie Bobby Santaby. That doesn't sound right. Bodie Robert. That doesn't seem like you look like your middle name. Better not say just in case people try to steal your identity or something.
Yeah.
But your middle name is exactly like.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Perfectly.
Yours makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, in a strange way.
That's
not Bodie's dad.
Wait a minute.
Who's that man? Yeah, it's just that Neve Alex in the background. Very aggressive second and third pull. I'm a great jerk. Yeah, very good jerk.
No, it's always a good jerk, to be fair to him.
Yeah, it's his clean that is.
Yeah.
Because even sometimes if you make
Quickly
that clean.
just lick the weights.
Oh, yellow. Is this lemon flavoured? Red for cherry. Do you know Dr. Pepper has been around longer than Coke?
That's crazy.
It's fucked up. And there really used to be Coca-Cola Coke in Coca-Cola. Yeah. Bop. Great jerk.
Do you know where the name Pepsi comes from?
No, go on.
It's from the pepsicolic acid that lives in your stomach. It was originally made as a medication.
Oh, yeah.
With sore stomachs.
They're all like snakes.
Is it pepsicolic? But it's Pepsi something acid anyways in your stomach.
The snake oil doctors. There's Bodie's real dad.
CBD oil people.
Hey! The modern day snake oil doctors.
Put those wraps mad on. People buy CBD oil.
Yeah.
Like for like recovery.
Yeah, well, like people get it to sleep. Would you not get a better sleep routine? You know, would you not do what you need to do and what everyone knows to do? I feel like everyone knows what to do now with sleep. Everybody knows.
Oh, well, it's a Google away.
Everyone knows the things. We've all heard it so much. Like, go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time. Stop looking at your phone. Stop looking at your phone. Don't eat huge meals. Try not to train very, very close to bed. Like, relax before bed.
Fully dark, cool room.
Journal if you have to. Dark light. Minimize light as long as you can before going to... Fucking hell, that was powerful.
I really don't like the kicked back wrists.
No.
This position. I have a very funny screenshot to show you.
What is it? Can you say it out loud?
An online coach recommending that again.
Okay. That turnover is very close to elbow smashing.
Very kicked back wrist. No wonder he has such strapping issues.
Yeah. You see, same with Anton as well.
Yeah.
Has very kicked back. Do you know who doesn't have them? Igor
looks like his name.
Igor does look like an Igor. Great jerk. 210. Don't celebrate yet. You've got one left. You keep that same energy. Like, don't let it all out.
Keep the magic.
Jeez, he looks like a gorilla.
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be better for judo or something.
Waba.
Alright.
How wide the hips are on his coach.
Wrestling. Childbearing hips.
Yeah.
The clean's not great by Igor.
No, the jerk is so good.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal jerk. Black Addy powers, blacked out Addy powers. All black.
With the navy singlet then.
Yeah.
Igor doesn't give a shit.
Blacked out, murdered out, blacked out. American Killer Coffee.
Hell yeah.
Ex-Special Forces, current Special Forces, homeless.
Homicide Coffee.
Homicidal.
Let's see it.
Homicidal.
Their IPO is coming up.
They're what?
Their IPO, they're going public.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who?
Black Rifle Coffee.
Were we talking about Black Rifle Coffee? Yeah, they have a new one called Outcome. A fucking 6.5 to the back of the head. Yeah, they have another coffee called Shooting Rabbits at 1.7.
Yeah.
Ballistic tips to the brain.
No, the new coffee cat they've brought out is active school shooter is mad.
Jesus Christ, that was a great clean and jerk.
That was a great jerk.
That was a great
This
jerk.
what I'm talking about with the long arms, like.
Yeah.
They either make it and it's great,
Yeah.
or they miss it.
Yeah. A cup of active shooter now.
Long arm.
I bet he'd a cup of active shooter.
Long arm club checking in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
The long football socks with the singlet I don't like.
I used to have to wear those because I'd come back with no
Reefed
shins. No shins. Competition barbells and my shinny poodles.
No, I don't like it.
Should I have changed my technique? No. I'm putting on long Nike socks.
The only time it's acceptable is if they're white with the black stripe Adidas sock at the top, and you're wearing like a white or a blue Adidas singlet
And you're a girl.
with white Adipowers, and you're a girl.
Geez, that virus singlet is handsome.
Yeah.
Handsome on Miso.
Miso's always well turned out.
Oh no, he's the whole thing like.
He thinks about the outfit.
Yeah.
He picks well. He obviously has a good fashion sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that is no mistake.
he's fashionable
Yeah.
with the young crowd. Yeah, he's like. He doesn't wear the same outfit training in double sessions.
No.
Geez, he's clean is something else.
Oh. What was that?
217. It's funny, I remember watching all these being like, oh no, Miso. But now it doesn't matter because he's an Olympic champion.
Also, Miso's 20 years old here.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, he's
Which is crazy to think about.
different coloured wrist straps. That's why he missed it. There's obviously
Oh,
different
no.
weight on one side. I don't see Miso with a beard.
Yeah.
He might look like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Yeah, he could actually.
We'll get an email now from Black Rifle Coffee asking to come on the podcast. And they'll listen to this. Nah, it's not true. They're not going to email us.
It'd be great if they did.
What would we talk to them about, though?
Shooting.
We have a shooter coming on the podcast next week.
Yeah.
Impact shooting. Peter. Very interesting. Gee, that's a big ass.
He's a thick booty.
That's a fucking dump truck. Jesus fuck.
Yoheni.
Yohani.
Yoheni.
Yohani.
Yoheni.
An ass and arms. That's what girls want.
Yeah.
Girls have backs as well.
Big, thick backs.
Big back. You gotta do your barbell rows, the best exercise.
I love that you'll just generalise here. Girls love.
As you do.
Girls love backs.
Faris. Who's this guy? Who's Faris Ibrahim?
Where's Miso?
Where's Miso gone? No, they got the wrong name again. No, that black top with that red virus singlet looks phenomenal.
No, it looks sick. And the big juicy arms.
Yeah.
His arms look thick there, like.
Miso's a dump truck as well.
Yeah.
Not a lot of muscle definition, but he's a thicky.
Yeah.
Eleco. Hook grip knee sleeves. Hook grip wrist wraps. He's not wearing his painted double layer belt anymore. Or in this, maybe this is after. No, this is that same year. There we go. Feet together.
Feet touching.
What's he
The
wearing?
flamingo stance.
He wears the Legacy 2s now when he's... Oh, no, it's the Legacy 1s when he's clean and jerking. Isn't it?
Is it not Legacy 2s?
Let me check that. Oh, no,
Where's
he's wearing...
Antas with an extra heel for a snatch?
No, he's wearing Antas again now for clean and jerking.
Oh, is he?
I think.
Look, I love to see that because it means someone's really, really, really thinking hard about it.
Yeah,
And they're trying new things, you know? Like, I think if Visa was in a different system,
he wouldn't have...
they'd just be like, we had to go through us.
Yeah. No, he's wearing the opposite of murdered out Antas now. The white
Yeah.
Antas. Jeez, they are some juicy arms.
Opposite of murdered out Antas review.
Oh, yeah. I bet Johanny loves benching.
He certainly loves the easy curl bar. The other 12 kilo bar.
Oh yeah. They're great for curls.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. His ass is too big. I threw him out the way.
It's like sitting on a yoga ball. Like.
Yeah, there's something about when lads wear the knee sleeves and the high socks. It just looks.
No, it looks wrong.
Yeah, I prefer the blood everywhere. Here's Nikolai. Do you know who doesn't do easy curls? Nikolai. Onika.
Nikolai looks like he could work in an office block, like 5 stories high.
I bet he could run a sick deli.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't have put him down for that.
No?
No, because you'd usually see a bit more jowl meat.
We'll see it there in a second. 222. Gripping and ripping. And paying off.
Come on, let's see the jerk.
No time to breathe. If you breathe, he's gone. He's got this. I believe in him. There. Oh.
Fuck.
Spam with those grip and rippers.
Yeah.
Like, where's the muscle glycogen stored if he doesn't have any muscle? Like, where's that energy? Ass slap too late. Like, you need that.
No,
first.
the ass slap needed to be fucking 35 seconds ago.
Yeah. Jeez, that's an aggressive third pull. Jeez, that's some powerful. The worst part is TV and video and stuff doesn't really capture.
No, not at all.
How aggressive those pulls are. Like Miso's there's Faris, Elbak, Ibrahim, EH, Qatar. 222. I can't remember if he makes this. Of course he cleans it because he'd never fail to clean like that.
Of course.
That's a great split track in the background.
I wonder what lifter that is.
I'd say it's a Makey Uppy lifter.
No, but they've definitely just taken a picture and made a graphic from that picture.
Well, it's in the worst country in the world, so
yeah.
I could begin to guess.
That person could be dead by now.
Could be. 222.
I think about this the other day, Joe. The grippy and rippy lifter's going to do the little jog up to the bar.
Yes.
That is the least athletic jog you'll ever see in your entire life.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And when you see it, the only thing I compare it, go up. The only thing I can compare it to is seeing, like, when there's 3 old women, they're all trying to pay the bill in a restaurant.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm getting this now.
Yeah.
And they hop up and there's a little shuffle run. That's the same level of athleticism as is when you see the run up to the platform.
It's all the dump trucks you see.
Yeah. And the thickness of the legs.
270 front squats, I'm going.
Yeah.
Isn't that 2019, I think? What year did we go?
19, was it?
What was the year after this? Alright, so we still haven't seen Moradi.
Or we have seen
I've seen Tantau. Oh fuck, completely missed Tantau's lift. Jeez, we're not paying attention. So just Moradi and Tantau. Oh, we've just seen Moradi right now. Right now. Moradi. So rap. More at the daddy. 223. Super supportive Iranian supporters.
Very supportive.
Yeah, blow the magic whistle. 223. Sitting on his ass in the start position. All the way into the hip. Not a fucking bother. Jeez.
Those short arms are just great for weightlifting.
If you're a short arms, you're at the rings. The
Oh my god.
That bar's going nowhere, but
No.
up. Barely up at that.
No, it's a joy to watch.
They always have really unique belts in Iran, like leather belts. They look really good as well.
I assume they're like handmade.
I hope so.
Maybe we could get an Iranian belt maker.
Yeah, they look so.
We keep getting the Instagram DMs and they're all from Pakistani belt makers.
But we need Iranian.
No, we want Iranian.
They look like really thin leather, but it looks really like conform, but it looks supple. There's Tantau.
Here he is. Almost no body hair except for a little bit of underarm hair.
Just a little bit.
In general, weightlifters have an incredibly high level of body hair.
No, I think it's the opposite.
I don't know.
You just think
there's some very hairy upper backs. Like.
Yeah, that's from the gear though.
Yeah.
I bet Moradi's a very, very hairy upper back.
I'd say he's a very hairy man.
No, it's like Bean there. Bean is no here anywhere. Like,
Yeah, but like I'm saying, this level weightlifting,
yeah.
very hairy shoulders and upper backs.
That says 226.
Yeah.
Oh, the old double dip.
bounce.
Ah, get out of it.
CrossFit Games Classic.
CrossFit Games.
Let's just get a little whip going. These people get really defensive over him doing that as well.
Very defensive.
Do you ever see that in...
But I like Wes Kitts does the same thing, and no,
Yeah.
people get defensive of that too. Like the old,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm not judging you. Like, I'm just saying you're definitely doing it though.
No, we're just saying it's very, very conscious that you're doing that.
Yeah. Rom petrol. Know it well. Great petrol stations.
Rum.
The croissants with vanilla, chocolate, or chocolate and vanilla. It's filling.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
great petrol station.
Yeah. Plenty of chocolate. Mars bars.
Yeah. Weird beer.
Weird beer.
That isn't great beer, but we found one or two drinkable ones in there.
Yeah. Canned coffee. All of them have alcohol.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh, Nikolai. Great clean.
Yeah.
I think
Great lifter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
They're always banning people. Oh, ban this, ban that, blah, 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 blah.
This is why we can't have anything nice.
Can have nothing nice. Unless you're in the in crowd. I bet Nikolai can't front squat 240. Pretty happy with the performance.
Yeah.
Alright, Maradi's up with 230. What's the face of concentration? Says something. Not sure what.
It's a brief outward display of emotion.
The quality goes from super good to super pixelated. 230. Oh, the old quadruple bodyweight hip shift. Nailed it. No doubt about it. I want those shoulders back from already.
Yeah.
I want that back. That's where he is now. Senior world record. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Are we going to see 10 make this?
No, I think I remember this being a massive clean.
Okay.
See, that's a lovely clean, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, at least when you let go of the barbell and you're gripping that wide, you can get those elbows up.
Yeah.
So you can bring your hips.
You get the position.
Yeah.
You don't pull yourself into it, but you get to that position.
You can bring your hips in a bit more.
Yeah.
I will say, black shoes with short white ankle socks does look good.
Oh, no, it does.
Yeah, and if you have a black singlet.
Mm-hmm.
Look good, lift good.
Yeah.
Why is he standing so in his face with his crotch? I want you to next rep.
Come on.
Let's see it.
Put it in here.
Yes. No, I'll spit on your raps for you. 1988, Maradi. Oh, he's 30s. Yeah,
He's 1988.
Yeah, what's that? 30.
5 years older than us.
33. Yeah, as we've seen, still fine.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the shoulder.
Except for the fact his body's falling apart.
Except for his shoulder falling off.
Still well able.
His calves in him are mental.
Yeah.
Maradi's up. Oh, not Maradi. 10,000 up. With 236. This was the height of juiciness.
Yeah.
I know we had the 2016 debacle where 50 people tested positive for retrospect. But it's all forgotten about now because we're farther away from both Olympics as we possibly can be. So it's not a big deal. It's just the world's. It's weightlifting's.
Okay.
It's weightlifting's own business.
Yeah.
It's no one else's
It's
business.
just the IWF.
It's no
Okay.
one else's business here. We don't need to
Dick
talk.
Pound can get his little nose out of here. It's
Yeah.
nothing to do with him.
Richard
Yeah.
Pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you got bullied in school, Richard. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If your second name is Pound and you call your child Richard,
No, that's
you
not
are
fair.
a psychopath.
Dick Pound.
Dick Pound.
I want to bully him now when we're adults. 236. Obviously, as a power jerk, squat jerk, he's not going to make it, but he'll clean it. Jeez, that's such an easy clean. Fucking hell. That bar looks nice, doesn't it?
It's a bit easier to squat jerk it.
Yeah, if he just split jerk, he might have made it.
Jeez, he's so juicy.
He's pretty juicy.
My God. The width of his shoulders.
You know what's not fair? If you watch like Seb's videos, and which we do, and I do, and I like Seb's videos, and you know if you talk about lifters, like he made one of the Italian team yesterday, and everyone was like, Seb was like, oh, is it resources or drugs? And everyone was like, obviously it's drugs. And like, oh, fun fact, Italy had the most positive drug tests of any country in the world in 2016, 175 or something. And me back into my tangent. So you know the way everyone's like, oh, it's drugs, or if it's like lash will come up, even some people will be like drugs. But you know, it's like Chinese lifters, no one ever says that.
Even though it's the
exact same thing.
Most
like,
drugged country in the world.
Well, Italy's the most drugged country in the world, as we've seen.
Oh no, but like
I'm joking. Exactly.
It's also where all the drugs are made.
China.
Yeah,
apparently so. 237. He's already won.
Some big waving going on in the background.
Big time wave.
His phone must be ringing or something.
237. Alrighty, hang on, it's your mother. She's at the deadlift off the ground.
Come on.
Go up.
The rolling the head forward is mad, isn't it?
The chin tuck, yeah. It's a weird natural reaction.
Yeah.
Most people do this, you know. He's
yeah.
like,
Well done.
Well done already. Alright, lads, thanks for watching.
Thanks very much. We'll see you all again soon. If there's one of these classes you'd like us to react to, it doesn't have to be weightlifting, but if there's something like that you'd like us to react to, put it in the comments down below. And if you see somebody else's, make sure you like that comment or reply to that comment, and we'll our attention will be drawn. Thanks very much, guys.